Hey guys, Mr. Gubu and I are here to talk to you about a little bit something different than what I'm normally talking about on my channel here. Usually my focus is on BJDs, but I wanted to discuss the really awesome weekend and 5 days that I had in Vegas for Final Fantasy XIV Fan Festival. This was my first major trip with my fiance and only my second time going somewhere on a plane. And my first time at Fan Festival. So, my fiance and I are longtime players of the game. We've been playing since the release of 1.0 and have been subscribed and playing the game for since it came out, 2.0 and everything. So, we've been playing for a long time, and so this was kind of a really big deal for us. Normally, we don't take trips and spend a lot of money, but I kind of decided, I need to branch out and get out of my comfort zone, and so we decided to go, and it was a great choice. I'm very glad we went. Vegas was very overwhelming, not really a place that I would generally want to go as a nerd who stays inside all the time for a trip, but once we kind of got our bearings, it was fine. We went 2 days before the festival and spent some time in Vegas and hanging out with our friends. And then Friday, Saturday was the Fan Fest. We had a great time. We got to meet up with some of our longtime friends in the game that we hadn't never met. Everything went really smoothly with that. We had no issues, and it was obviously like a natural connection since we had been talking for years and years and years. So it was great. So the first thing that we did was on the Thursday we were able to pre-register. So we picked up our badges, which were super cute. Unfortunately, there was nothing personalized on the badges. It's just on the first side it was Adventurer and the logo, and on the back it was just con rules, which I actually never read. I kind of should look at them because I'm interested. Anyway, and it came on these really nice lanyards with the Final Fantasy logo and a bunch of like 8-bit versions of the job classes. So really, really nice. We were also given a fantastic merch bag with like our free stuff. So it came in one of these little sacks here. Everyone got one of these. And I'd like to show you all of the things that are inside. We got this cool ADS stress ball, which I haven't opened as a package yet, so maybe I'll just do that. Yeah, really neat. ADS stress ball. This is probably the coolest. So it's a 16 gigabyte flash drive shaped like an elegant tombstone, which we figured out was a tombstone of Poetics from the game. And there you are. It's a flash drive, 16 gigs and a tome. Sweet. So that was super cool. I really liked that. That was probably the best little gift there. I haven't blown this up yet, but this is a pointing finger minion, like a cursor, old style game cursor. Some people had these blown up and they were had them pointing around at the concerts and such. Very cute. So I'll just fold him back up there. I contracted myself a cold kind of sinus thing when I was in Vegas. Made for the flight home to be very terrible. Really super cute Cactuar fridge magnet. With the gold saucer. Final Fantasy XIV Fan Festival pen. And something that was really neat that they did was, let's see if I can find them here. They did a whole bunch of triple triad cards. What you got in your bag was a set of 5 cards, which were all the same. So I had Sir Amaric. I had 5 of him. And what you had to do was go around the convention and find other people that had packs of other characters and trade with them so that you got one of each. So those characters were Julia, Godbert, this guy, Lady Iceheart, and Storymark, like I showed you. And so you had to go around and people were just kind of holding them out like this and trading them off for different ones until you had them all. So I ended up with all 5, thankfully. And there was also a live quest that you could do throughout your time at FanFest. Came in a book like this, a little Hildebrand book. And on each page, there is like a little quest mini log, what you had to do, and then your rewards. So you were rewarded some cards, and these were for completed activities. They had really cute stamps of Hildebrand doing his like manly man pose. And so after completing each section of this book, this had some glasses to go with it to see the clues. After you completed each section of the book, got your check mark, you would go to a table where they gave you more triple triad cards. So in the end there were, I think, 4 more cards you could get. Nope, 5. So you ended up with 10 cards total. So there was Minfilia, Haurchefant, the dragon guy whose name I don't remember, and a Hildebrand Nashu. Oh, no, there was only 5. I just had a double Haurchefant because I found one on the floor. I was right. So, that was really cool. And you also got a letter from Hildebrand himself. And I'm really obsessed with Hildebrand, so that was super fun for me. There's also some really cute character stickers. The 8-bit characters in the sticker form was also in this bag. And I don't know what happened to mine. It must have gone into another bag, but there were, I think my fiance probably has it. But there was jumbo Cactpot tickets that you could scratch your number, and they did drawings of them throughout the day. And if your number matched, then you won a prize, and the prizes were actually really amazing, but sadly I didn't win anything. So that was all free stuff. All this was the free swag that you got at the con, which was really, really cool. So worth it just for that. The entire convention took place in one large convention room in the hotel, which was really surprising to me. But also convenient, because if you were waiting in line for something and you wanted to watch the panel, there was only one panel going on at a time, you could still watch it from the line because there were giant screens. So not a ton of stuff was happening. The event kicked off with a really sweet trailer and announcement for the new expansion, Stormblood, which will be coming out next summer, and lots of speculation on what the new jobs for that will be. A little teaser trailer that makes us believe that it could be Dancer and Red Mage, so we'll see. There were stations where you could do some mini games. We did like a Mandragora toss, and my buddies were super good at it because they're really regular athletic kind of guys. So they were the record holders for the day. We did Where the Wind Blows, which was like a little dancing game where you had to not be on the red spot when the movement was over. And there was 2 other things that were like kind of like target games, but we didn't line up for them. So they had that on one side, and then beside that was a special 24-man fight. It was a special Ultima that you could do with a group of 3 alliances. So we did that twice. It wasn't very difficult, and it was just kind of a fun little thing to do. The other side of the convention room had a giant chocobo, a giant fat chocobo you could take a picture on. I didn't end up getting a picture with that because of the lines again. It was basically tons of lineups and also watching conferences. There was a big meetup wall that was really cool where you could sign your name and underneath your server. So we did that. And there was a battle area for a trial roulette where you spun a wheel, like a Jeopardy wheel, and ended up on a trial and had to do whatever it said. But they were all very difficult and had weird gimmicks. So we ended up doing a Sephiroth fight with no left side gear. And it was basically impossible. We were getting destroyed, and the volunteer who was in charge of it was basically like, yeah, no one can do this. This is really hard. You got the hardest one. But we had fun trying. We had 15 minutes to try, and it turned out really poorly. But we did what we could. And there was also a PvP area, which I have no interest in, so we didn't bother with that. And the merch slide was nuts. If you wanted merch, people were lining up for 6 hours. We had a great time with that. I ended up with a couple pieces of merch in the end, which was kind of nice. I got this summoner pin. My main job is summoner. Actually, my only job to 60, because I'm not hardcore at all. And of course, the Scooby that I had at the beginning. Those were my little trinkets from the fan festival. Other fun highlights included taking a photo with Soken, who's the music director, like the main composer for Final Fantasy XIV. The concerts, so we had a piano concert on the Friday night and the Primal's rock concert on Saturday night. They were super fun. And I'm actually going to a concert tonight, a Lindsey Sterling concert for the 4th time. So I'm all gonna get my fill of concerts right now. There was some Q&A panels that were like so, but there was like always some good parts to it. And Yoshi P was hilarious all the time with some of his answers and the way that he just kind of like went or like tried to walk away when the questions were just too ridiculous, or like no way can that happen, or he would just say wait for PS5 because it would be too hard to implement, or he would say please look forward to it, which everyone made him say a million times. So that was fun. What else? Oh my goodness, the cosplay contest. I cosplayed as Nashu. My cosplay was like so-ish, and I didn't make it into the contest, but the contest outfits and the winners were insane. They were so good. These people put so much work into it. I was super impressed, and the winners definitely were deserving of all kinds of prizes and praise because they did a fantastic job. So yeah, it was really sad that it's over. We had lots of fun just kind of hanging out, trying out little things, and just getting the inside scoop on what's happening now and what's happening next for 14. And those concerts were a bonus for sure. We had a wonderful time. We got to eat lots of delicious Vegas food that was greasy and bad, and we got to feel sick all day. So that was great too. Overall, it was a wonderful trip, and it was the biggest trip of my life. I mean, I've only been to Florida and Myrtle Beach, so with my parents. So this was like my first legit trip with friends. So that was amazing. So we had a great time. There were lots of great people there that we met. So thanks again to everyone for such a wonderful experience. We truly loved it. And Final Fantasy XIV Fan Festival is only every 2 years, so we'll have to see if we can go back in 2 more years' time. Hopefully we'll have some funds for that, but if I blow it all on dolls, you never know. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my recap. Thanks for watching. Gubu and I say see you later, and I'm on Hyperion server. Look for me, Spore Next Door, if you are also a Final Fantasy XIV player on my server. See you around!